Hi, I'm Kenson Plays, the social media lead of Event Horizon. We can't wait to show you.
Kenson, what did I tell you about recording our dev talk show in the middle of the empty void of space? I swear you might as well have your pajamas on.
Oops, just a second. I actually do have my pajama pants on.
Who's the king of pets? Not you.
Last Friday, you saw something that may have raised several questions.
Is that anime real? Was that axolotl? Who's Alpha? Ohio? Why is it so red? What's it counter for?
I would like to formally introduce you to Event Horizon's first story snippet, Hideout. Only one of many more to come, and one of the many ways Event Horizon will depict its story alongside the game. The Event Horizon animation team and I look forward proudly to opening windows into the world we have created together.
Why is the game called Event Horizon? Two major thematic components: heavy involvement of space and the point of no return. What either of these components mean will remain a mystery for now.
What color will the atomic gag track be? Orange.
What is the short name for Toontown and Horizon? TTEVH.
The last time I saw someone call it TTEH, not a very flattering acronym.
Will the Astrobot HQ be released right away when the game is open? No. Astrobots will roam the world at the start, but their HQ, however, will be a distance away.
Will the game take place in space? Space is undoubtedly an important aspect of Event Horizon. You'll see soon enough. If you're creating a sequel for Toontown, does that mean the VP, CFO, CJ, and CEO won't be in the game anymore? Or will they be reimagined with new tricks, mechanics, etc.? The original bosses have a very strong involvement with the game's storyline, but they may not be as easily accessed as they originally were in Toontown Online. When they are seen again, however, expect a refreshing experience that intermingles the past with the future.
Will you have set gag paths, or can you pick tracks at any time? There will only be a handful of tracks that you can pick at the very start, but tracks can be swapped out with relative ease.
Are there plans to have more endgame activities other than farming the same boss for the same rewards? Variance is key. There will be many different encounters. There will also be many different ways to experience and mix up these encounters. What matters a lot to us is replayability and making sure that the game itself matters more than the grind.
Will the deathline work more like the one in Carbon Clash or Toontown Origin? Fans,
Will there be any new models, such as new buildings, street lamps, or cats?
Cable play, let's go. Oh.
Do the cogs have more powerful abilities planned? In my opinion, one of the biggest problems with adding new cog types, and honestly, it's a flaw with Toontown battles in general, is many of the cogs really doing the same thing. An example, a cog trader and a headhunter in a CEO fight are really the same cog. They don't do anything but deal single target damage. With their aim for less repetitive and more unique battles, many of the cog attacks were given a secondary effect, healing and creating the side effect, which can activate under certain conditions.
How will Event Horizon deal with the grind-heavy aspects that were present in Toontown Online? Grind will not define the core game loop of Event Horizon. Skill and strategy will have to be proven and will be the greater focus of the game. The story itself will not be overly demanding of either aspect.
With the story taking place in the future, will there be a dark side to the story? A future where Cogs had some success in taking over, perhaps? The story takes place after the closure of Toontown Online. With this in mind, interpret each revelation of Event Horizon's story as you wish, and create the theories that seem most fitting. So, there most likely will be some dark sides.
With the game having new shaders and lighting changes, will there be an option to change the graphic settings of the game? We're not trying to fry your computer, so of course lighting effects and shaders will be toggleable. However, I have to say that the general art style is developed with those effects in mind.
Can we play Event Horizon on a controller instead of a keyboard? Controller support is being considered. Control schemes are being designed to allow for gameplay without a mouse, thus allowing remapping software to enable controller gameplay.
Although far from complete, our current prototype of the gag UI allows for cycling between tracks and gag choices using the movement keys. We hope to show you more developments on this UI as it progresses. And now with that out of the way, let's...
Sorry, I gotta get that. That's my stove.
Wait, did you leave your stove on? We're live!
It's important! Apparently these are some special rocket chicken eggs. Yeah, apparently these are like super special.
Warning, unidentified robot has been spotted in the area. Remain in your homes and do not answer any doorbells until the all clear signal has been made.
Just a second!
Robot may have the appearance of a rocket chicken that has been seen laying eggs. What on earth is a rocket chicken?
Sometimes the stars are brighter than they seem. Sometimes the world will push you beyond your capabilities. And when the unexpected happens, sometimes you need to improvise.
It's a bright day in a crazy world. And the unexpected is only a blink of an eye away. Let me ask you a question real quick. If you had to fight a robot chicken out in the wild,
Uh-oh.
what would you do?
When the unexpected happens, sometimes you need to improvise. Welcome to Bonk, the second new gag track to be added to Toontown Event Horizon. A densely packed foil to the scientifically advanced atomic track, Bonk engages in a primitive and direct form of humor, hand-to-hand combat. Or I guess hand-to-comical blunt object-to-head combat, whatever floats your boat. Lift up high, leap like a frog, and go for the noggin! As soon as you make contact with the cog, they are inflicted with stagger, pushing them backward by a small amount and weakening their attack damage for that turn. When the stagger effect ends, the cog steps forward, but their unsteady footing will guide them hazily, directly, into any trap. With artful use of stagger, you can leave enemies right where you want them and ward off heavy incoming damage with aggression. Bonk gags are played between sound and throw in the gag track order. Its attack power hails between the ranges of squirt and throw, dishing out middle tier damage with good utility to keep a longer fight in your favor. Keep up the pace and make the best of a hot situation by getting your hands dirty, and use your quick hand to topple even the mightiest of foes with strength and situational control. Reliable for both defense and offense in a pinch, Bonk rewards your tenacious style with new potential for survivability and forethought strategy. Now with 9 different gag tracks, every gag will be refactored and rebalanced to hold a unique role in Event Horizon's battle system.
We will be making a new gag track spotlight video to be released sometime in Q3. Be sure to keep a lookout on our YouTube channel when it arrives.
When the opposition turns up the heat, you either burn or you cook. So the question remains, what's cooking?
Is Event Horizon running on a different game engine, or is it still using Panda 3D like the other Toontown servers? We've considered other options, but creating an entire new MMORPG framework from scratch on a new engine is a very hefty project, not suitable for what we're aiming for. Thus, we've decided to stick with Panda 3D.
Will Event Horizon be released on Steam or other similar game websites?
Toontown Rewritten makes files available for everyone to use in content and fan projects, while other servers like Corporate Clash encrypt their files and have a strict no-use policy. What will be Event Horizon's policy on use of Event Horizon specific assets? We're generally quite open to the use of our assets, and so we'll be opening up our options in various ways sometime in the future.
If someone wants to apply for the team, could they apply as a learning experience, or does the applicant need a past or current skill set?
Well, I would say it depends on the petition. You generally don't need to have I don't know, AAA level skill set. Although you would need a solid base band application page.
We on the team learn a lot from each other, and while we do have a standard to uphold, we always strive to improve our skills with every new iteration and every new work that we do.
Is the design going to work similarly to Corporate Clash or Toontown Rewritten? Toontown's deathline is honestly rather basic compared to the modern MMO. A good way to make it deeper is increasing the amount of players' choices within it. For example, a large portion of the quests will be optional, and your choices will determine the endpoint you get to. Although, of course, there's a small base set of required tasks. The rest of the quests makes the system unlike anything you've seen in Toontown.
Will the game have modding supports and a dedicated website for mods? A specific website for mods would not work very well because some parts of the game have to be closed source, and because modding online games in general tends to be difficult past the client-side modifications such as skins and textures, which would already exist in content packs. However, we're discussing ways to increase the community's involvement in the game's development process, creating new ways for the community to express themselves within the game itself.
What accessibility options will be in place for players? A colorblind mode or one-handed navigation? Anything like that? Accessibility is an important aspect of user experience design. Many techniques will be implemented to allow players with disabilities to enjoy Event Horizon equally with others. If you have any particular inquiries, please feel free to contact us with details.
What is planned for the YouTube channel after the game releases and the podcast is finished, if anything? Well, I can tell you one thing for sure, Horizon Talks isn't going anywhere anytime soon. We'll keep going on. Along with story snippets, you can expect to see even more. It all comes down to what creative things we can come up with in the future. Introducing Overcogs. It's simple addition, really. Overcogs are a new genre of cogs. Overleveled cogs. Well, that seems simple enough. Overcogs display their level in a matter of level plus overlevel. However, their HP and damage formulas vary slightly from their regular predecessors, based specifically on their overlevel, and they receive access to new attacks and talents for toons to watch out for. Overcogs allow for more powerful cogs in various ways to spice up battles, requiring more skillful tactics in order to... Wiz, did you seriously just summon a level 1 million Rocketeer?
Actually, it's level 10 plus 99 damage.
Event Horizon's very first specialist, the Backburner, enters the fray in a blaze, burning up both toons and cogs in equal measure as she silently strives to assert her superiority. A type of cog that has ascended beyond the corporate paradigm, specialists are members of a cog department with both passive and active talents that raise the pressure when faced with toons. These talents may include stat scaling, movement, cog row increases, and more. Specialists may be found nearly anywhere, in very low rates on streets and courtyards, and in much higher concentrations inside of COG HQs, buildings, and facilities. Significant in gameplay, story, or both, specialists add a new layer to COG fights, and their presence won't easily be dismissed. The Backburner is an in-game adaptation of Bougie, a pre-existing original character created by concept artist Sin. In collaboration with her creator, Bougie's in-game incarnation is a display of character art, modeling and texturing, and battle design and programming, all converging to make one idea come to life. And this is only the first. A full gameplay test featuring EVH staff members fighting against this fiery foe will be recorded and released in early July. We'll be burning the candle on both ends to deliver a dazzling first impression, so keep your heads up for more about Bougie and other upcoming specialists in the near future.
What are the team's favorite astrobots?
We put it to a vote in the staff server, and it seems we still have a bit of a split decision. But me personally, Moonwalker's definitely up there.
Looks like observing the stars while piloting a rocket is popular. What does that mean? Wait.
The names are Rocketeer and Astronaut.
That's such a cheesy line. Why did you write that in? And most importantly, another poll for the staff team. Soft tacos or softer tacos?
Soft tacos.
I don't know. Like, what? I want to hear your guys' input first. Soft tacos or softer tacos?
I don't know. I don't know what
Okay, but okay. I'm gonna assume you haven't had a taco before. Wiz, no offense, Kenson. By soft taco, what is like the threshold at which a taco is too soft to be considered soft and must be called, like, softer? Like, is there, like, some sort of scale, like the Richter scale, on the composition of a taco shell?
Scale? As long as it doesn't break and fall apart, then I would consider it soft.
I mean, I'm just saying, there comes a point where a taco shell is too soft to be considered a taco. At that point, you might as well have a burrito. And that concludes...
No, wait.
And of course, there's one more thing. All cogs from the original Toontown Online are receiving a facelift. Inspired by their Series 3 trading card appearances, mixed in with original design liberties, every old cog receives a new model and portrait to reflect on the look they couldn't quite achieve 2 decades ago. It sure is nice to see a refreshment on these enemies of the past.
You may notice that these trading cards depict several new species of toons. In fact, we would like to clarify that all of these species will be available in the game over time, and more.
But it's not just the toons we're worried about. Long ago, these astral adversaries joined this world, September 19, 2013.
Astrobots are the embodiment of the expansion of Cogs Incorporated and the new standard for modern cogs to follow.
According to legend, they brought a great unknown power from the cosmos back to their home planet. But they only waited until the very end to show up. Why is that?
In Toontown's most dire hour, the Astrobots automate themselves towards one specific directive.
All under one grand directive. Oh, won't you look at the time? I'm afraid we're about to reach the end, which is very close to that, whatever time it says down there. Yeah, very close. So, no more answers from us, I'm afraid. But now the time has come once again for you to ask the questions. What worlds are next to explore in Event Horizon? Who is this stranger that ponders her home? What happened on that dreadful day, September 19th, 2013, the day everything came to an end? And just what does that strange circular symbol mean? Join us again next quarter of 2022 as we dive in deep into our dreams. This is the Toontown Event Horizon staff team, signing off. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you next time on Horizon Talks. I decided to save one question for last because I feel like it's something that needs my utmost attention. What inspired you to make Event Horizon? And what keeps you going? Because it's fun. I don't need any other reason. There's a lot of history regarding Toontown servers, both of the present and of the past. What works, what doesn't work, each project team's strengths or weaknesses, etc. And I absolutely am not trying to start a fire or anything or call out any server in particular because this is a statement in general about passion projects, no matter what field or industry you serve. Out of any passion project I see that ends up meeting its downfall, one of the main reasons and flaws that ends up on top of its ashes I've observed is vanity. When the leadership becomes obsessed with becoming the next big thing, when they only want to wash out the competition, and then nobody can see eye to eye on scope or goals or the vision of the thing that they want to create, nobody will have faith in each other, and then the project will collapse. That's something that could have happened to us several times. That's something many of us have already experienced the hard way, and everything could have just fell apart at any time again. But what set us different was that when I fell apart, Retro and Selly backed me up. When Selly and Retro fell apart, I backed them up. When Wiz kept saying that, oh, I might have to quit the project because of school. I'm sorry about that, by the way. No offense. I know that what we do works because we rely on each other. I think the Toontown community is headed in a very bright direction. I don't just mean our project either. I'm talking about the whole community. Every single individual way that we celebrate this game. Everyone. I always hope that it gets better. I always act to see how it can get better. And this is one of the ways that we are contributing to that. I don't want Toontown Event Horizon to be seen as the next big server, I just want it to be a server. And I want our reflection upon this place we call home to stand up next to everyone else's with pride and glory. And I think we all have a part in making every server, not just mine, not just rewritten, not just Clash, not just any other that you can name. I want to see that bright future come to reality. And I see it happening because I believe in this community. And I believe in my team. So much talent, so much passion. I can't wait for us to do more. Thank you.